Thank you. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the land that we gather on today, as well as the lands that this project was created and performed on as the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri and Burrung people of the Kulin Nations, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Queer representation is more important than ever. We're lucky enough to be living in a time when the queer representation is at an all-time high, and the public desire to consume LGBT media is so incredibly strong. Unfortunately, though, it's not enough. Sexualized angst between a man and a teenager, internalized homophobia again, the AIDS crisis, and conversion therapy. These are what the characters endure in the first 5 films I found when I typed queer film and TV into Google. And when I looked through the recent Midsummer Festival guide, the queer works are so saturated with the glitz and glam of high camp cabaret that I wonder whether there's even a market in doing anything else and labeling it as queer. Now, please do not get me wrong. I know that these cabaret nights and drag shows are the only place that some queer people feel like they can be themselves. And I also know that to ignore the tragedies of queer past is to insult anyone that lived through them. These are undoubtedly stories that need to be told. So why am I telling you this then? Because the way that we treat queer people of colour is not good enough. The way that we treat trans people is not good enough. And the way that we fetishize and capitalise on the sexualisation of queer women is not good enough. I created Variation 3 and put together this show because I know what it's like to grow up and see such limited depictions of your future that even today, at 23, I don't feel like I can be myself when surrounded by other gay men. Nor do I feel like I can comfortably hold hands with the man that I love when walking down the street. I am a cisgendered white man. I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like to be a trans woman of colour today. Bent was created in response to politics. In 2019, the Religious Freedom Bill aimed to put queer people in such a box that allowed anyone to turn us away if it interfered with their beliefs, effectively taking our health, our financials, and our very livelihoods and putting it into the hands of people who don't see us as people. And only last year, New South Wales tried to prohibit schools from educating children on anything remotely related to LGBT life. Truth be told, on that one, I don't know what difference it would have made. I don't remember hearing anything about gender fluidity or how same-sex couples might practice safe sex. And in Year 6, I was made to debate whether gay people should get married. So Bent was made in response to politics, but it's not a political statement. To make it one would be to offer people the option of questioning our validity as human beings. And that's something I don't want to do again. So what is Bent then? Bent is the first of many queer stories told by us at Variation 3. It is a celebration of who we are as proud queer people. It is a place for us to explore the highs and lows of our lives just as any straight person could do without even thinking twice. It is a place for myself and my phenomenal ensemble to simply be who we are on stage. It was my honour to share just a small portion of it with you tonight, and I hope I can do it again in the future. Thank you.